What's up guys, R13 here and welcome to another Gunpla review. So, we've done the unboxing and the time-lapse build. Now let's talk about Cathedral Gundam here. Let's do a quick recap here. This unit actually got two other variants, which are the Swash Ritter and the Denial Gundam. And this unit was actually released back in 2015 with a price tag of 2,300 yen. Now this is a premium Bandai, which are limited release and much more expensive than your regular release and limited quantity. It took me a long time to get this unit here. Yeah, actually, the story is I ordered this from Japan and it was accidentally shipped in the US, but thankfully it was shipped to me from US to Canada, which I was very thankful. It took me a little bit longer to build it because I actually had other kits that I wanted to build first, but this is like the White Castle. Once you get to it, you can savor every moment of it. Yeah, if you guys don't know what White Castle is, check out White Castle, Harold, and Kumar. You'll know what I mean. Okay, so now this unit was released in 2015, but it was not released in numerical order. The first one that was released was actually Denial Gundam, and then the second one was Cathedral Gundam here. Both are in 2015, and the last one, the Schwar Ritter, was actually released in 2017. Okay, so yeah, it's actually quite interesting. I was actually expecting the Swash Ritter was going to be a P-Bandai, but thankfully they did not do so. Now, before moving forward with anything else, I want to talk about the extra parts, which I actually created a separate video for that, which you guys will see in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you guys are looking at all the extra parts here, the useful ones and the ones that you won't be needing. So to the left side here, where I'm circling right now, are the parts that you're going to be needing for posing and weapons. On the central part here are the extra parts that came along with Cathedral Gundam. Okay, so first off, let's talk about this side here, the left side. So you got your 2 beam daggers and 2 beam sabers here. You can switch it around. And then you got 4 pairs of hands. Now I'm actually using the closed fist right now on Denial Gundam, but you guys are looking at the palm strikes here, the open palms, and the beam saber hands here. And then you got your long beam rifle, you got your basic shield. You can switch it around any way you want. Now the next part is the central part here. You guys are looking at some conversion parts to convert Cathedral Gundam into Denial Gundam. But sadly, there's not a whole lot of parts to fully convert it into a Denial Gundam. I'll actually explain this to you guys shortly, but first, you guys are looking at the side skirts here, part of the backpack where I'm pointing at here, part of the skirts on this side, and front and back skirts on this side. Now this one here, backpack, and the next part is the shoulder piece, the leg piece. These other pieces here, I have no idea where it's supposed to go. Yeah, so that's all there is to it. Now, there are no clear parts with the Cathedral Gundam, so yeah, definitely not enough parts to convert it into a Denial Gundam. But what you can do is, if you have a Denial Gundam, like I do, you can actually switch the parts around. As you guys can see here, you can give your Denial Gundam a lighter look if you want to. It's your call. There's the front skirt, back skirt, you got your backpack here, you got your kneecaps here. And the best part is you can actually switch this piece here and switch this one. Oops. Right over here. Okay. There you go. Let's get back to the next stage here. You can definitely mix things up a bit. You can kind of give your Cathedral Gundam a unique look by mixing some of the parts of the Denial Gundam here, and they're actually gonna look good. Like the side skirt here have a gold pattern, same goes for the shoulder piece here. Definitely, and you get a lot of extra hands here that you can definitely use. Yeah. Now, there are good sides and bad sides about this unit here. The good side is the color pattern are actually quite nice. There's the major gold and white color pattern with the addition of red and light brown for the chest piece, for the torso area. Now, the disadvantage of having this color pattern here are certain areas in the gold part you can actually see the seam lines and the knobs, like here in the shoulder piece here. And yeah, it kind of sucks. I can highly advisable to paint this unit. You can still see some of the seam lines in the legs here. I've actually left out the knob here on the leg area. It's not noticeable. A little bit of Tamiya cement, you can fix it. Here's for the feet here. And for the rifle. And the forearm seems to be okay. Now, the next part are the stickers here. I've actually used a few of the stickers, not all. And this is for the side here, for the shoulder piece and the legs, which I decided not to put the stickers on. Really not a big fan, as I mentioned on my other previous videos. And then the other issue that I actually have here is this. Even though there's good articulation here, it's actually quite designed interestingly. Now this one here, you can actually remove this easily. Now there's a ball joint there, and you can actually place it back, no issues there, but certain areas kind of do fall off, like the side skirt here, which I'm actually going to be removing right now. And then the rifle piece here, the handle, certain movements will pop the plate up here. Yeah. And then this piece here, for some reason I kept on having issues with this connectors here, which kind of irks me a little bit. But you can actually place it back easily. But as you guys can see, it kind of falls apart. So you got to be careful. And now for the headpiece here, this actually is kind of solid. The Denial Gundam, I actually had some issues. But for this one here, it's actually tight enough. Now, the next part that I actually want to do are the articulation. Then after that, some of the gimmicks here. Now, for the articulation here, I'm actually just going to remove this weapon. And as you guys can see, the faceplate just kind of fell off there. Now, I'm going to start off with the hands here. Okay. So, the other thing that I actually want to point out is the feet here is a little bit too small, and you're gonna have some issue with the balancing. It kind of falls backwards, so you'll actually have to do something about that. And there is an indentation there that you guys can definitely use to your advantage. Okay, so the hands here, majority of the hands actually have this separate piece here. You guys can see that during the time-lapse build, and it actually moves. And sorry about that, people are messaging me on Facebook, and which is actually quite nice because you can definitely give out certain poses, which I actually, one of the things I like about the variants of the Cathedral Gundam, it's the hands itself. Yes. Now the next part that I want to show you guys is the rifle here. Let's remove this piece. Now the rifle actually moves, and there's this connector here that I'm gonna show you guys later for a certain transformation, and this piece actually moves the handle. And so is this piece here, and the other handle here you can actually remove, and there's some slots here that you can actually place some of the place the handle. Now the next piece that actually moves is the back part here. So it actually extends, which is actually quite nice, and there's some good details here. Again, there's the nubs here and the seam lines that you will have to fix. Now the next part that I actually want to show you guys is this piece here, the shield. Now the shield actually have good mobility here, and as you guys can see, this slot here, you can actually install it on this. And later on, and near the end of this video, I will show you guys how to do a like you guys can already know that since this is based off Denial Gundam, or vice versa, you guys can definitely use some of the parts of the Denial Gundam, which is actually going to be really, really nice. Okay, where's that other hand here? Okay, here we go. Yeah. Now, the backpack here, I'm going to remove this. This is going to be the last piece that I actually want to do an articulation test. Okay, so for the headpiece here, I actually had some issues with the headpiece during building this unit here. Okay, this is the part that I want to show you guys. Now, there's a slot here that kind of falls down. So this one here, if this piece is not connected, the ball joint here actually kind of sinks down. I don't know what purpose that is supposed to. I guess there's some gimmick there that may have been in the original design that they may have removed. But this one was sinking in. I actually had trouble placing, installing the head unit here. Now, for the head unit, okay, I accidentally cut off the top piece here, but it really doesn't matter because it's actually quite solid. Now you can definitely move the piece here, up, down, and left, right, but you got to be careful because certain degree it might actually fall off. That may be the issue where I accidentally cut up the top piece. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. But it actually got some certain angles here that you guys can actually use. Okay, and the other gimmick here is you can actually remove this piece here that I'll show you guys soon. Okay, now let's just put this back in place. There we go. Yeah, and some issue with definitely the headpiece here. Now for the arms, it's actually ball joint here. You get 360. And is it double jointed? Yes, it is. Really nice. And then you guys can see that the waist area here, you can definitely, you get some movements here also, but the weakness is the ball joint. So you can post this to certain degree for a martial arts poses. Okay, so the next part is the waist here. Well, you guys have already seen the side skirts mobility, which is attached to the leg. And it's actually a ball joint, so you can definitely move it around. This can actually do a split. And there's a connector there for your action base, which this unit comes with its own basic one. And then the back skirt actually moves. Really nice. And then is this double jointed? No, not really. But certain angles you can actually do. Really, really nice. Now for the feet here, certain mobility. The feet, in my opinion, is actually too small. Now the ankle guard got mobility also. It's connected to the feet. Yeah, as you guys can see there, it's actually a ball joint. Okay. Now the next piece that I actually want to show you guys is the backpack here. This is what it looks like for the backpack. And here's the connectors, as you guys have already seen. This piece actually moves around, which is actually really nice, this piece, and you guys will like it, the next part here. Okay, that's it for the articulation test. Let's go to the next section. Now that I've butchered Cathedral Gundam here, let's do the transformation here of the backpack, which can be converted into a booster and a weapon. But before that, let's see here. I want to show you guys something. First, regarding the shield, there's actually a slot for the back here that you can actually install. There you go. Interesting design, but it's actually quite nice. And then the next part here is the weapon itself. Let's see here. Okay, so you just put it in that position, I believe, and actually I was wrong. No, there you go. Really nice. That's for the backpack. And there's two slots there that you can actually pose. Yeah. Okay, now let's do the transformation here. She'll be very simple. The weapons, let's convert this into a booster first. I've only seen it a few times, but I want to show you guys the booster. Okay, very easy. And the next piece, okay, let's see here. Just gonna look at the manual here. Okay. Now, suppose... Okay. Let's see. There's a slot here. Okay, where's that other handle? Okay, and the next part. Oh yeah, that slot. Okay, just a second here. Sorry about that. Okay, this slot. Okay, there you go. Okay. And then I think that's it. That's the booster. And now let's convert it into a bow. She'll be very simple, just minor changes. Okay. Just changing this, putting this on this other slot. Okay, as you guys can see, extended. Now you bring out your two beam daggers, and there's a slot here that you guys can use. Okay. Easy. There you go. Really nice. Now let's put this back to normal. I'll just do it outside. I want to keep this video as short as possible. Well, there you have it, guys. I've actually brought the backpack here into its normal form, and I brought out my Denial Gundam as promised. So, as you guys can see, the differences are already there. You get your shoulders, skirts, kneecap, completely different, but they're practically the same. Now, you can definitely mix and match to create your own version of Cathedral Gundam using the spare parts, which is actually quite nice. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be painting this to give this a very good look. The question is when, once I get the time. So now the next part is you guys can already assume that you can practically use the Denial Gundam clear parts into Cathedral Gundam. Not all, but almost all of it. Now I'm just going to show it to you guys here. We're going to start off with the beam saver effect for the forearm or the wrist, and there you go. Fits very, very well. And then the next part is the Denial Gundam's beam hair is what I call this, and there's a piece there that you can actually just remove. There you go. So you got your own version of Denial Gundam in gold form. Now the question is the purple color. You can definitely paint this if you want to. Okay, so here's the question. Is this unit worth getting? Actually, yes. It's a P Bandai. It's going to be pricey once you get it. But if you can't afford it or find it, you can always go with Denial Gundam or Schwar Ritter. Schwar Ritter, I think, is actually one of the best out of the three, even though I haven't gotten it yet, but I like the color scheme of it. So mobility wise, not that bad. Seam lines and nubs, it's there. You can fix it by painting it or sealing up the seam lines, especially in the gold part here. So for 2,300 yen retail price, but then again, it's quite expensive trying to find it. So yeah, it's worth getting, and hopefully Bandai re-release this unit again in the future. Okay, that's all the time that I got now. This is R13. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to click that subscribe button right over there. And for my next review, well, I'm gonna surprise you guys. And I am already at subscriber 127. And I am looking forward to conducting another giveaway once I reach 200 subs. Okay, have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. R13 signing out.